How may we help you?
Yes, yes. The question is, I am aware that my husband, for a few months now, and this is not the first time, is having an affair. This time it's a different person. We moved because we're military, and although I have confronted him about it, and I've seen some proof, and I took pictures of what I saw on this phone because I saw stuff pop up on this phone. But I never let him know that I have it, that I took pictures of it. I just let him know that I saw it. And he continues to deny that that's happening.
How did he
Although I
react
know it is.
when you told him that you had looked at his phone and saw those things? How did he react to that?
Oh, he was upset because he knows I've done it in the past. That's how I found out about the first time. And we are military, so we moved from the last place where the last person was. And I think that continued still via phone and stuff. But I think now it's ended because there's someone new. But he seems to see this I think he sees this person daily, like after work or something, and tells me lies. You know, he lies about his whereabouts. So I'm just trying to understand, you know, and we just purchased a house about a year or so ago.
Wow.
So it's not that long. I mean, so I'm not understanding the non-admittance to what he's doing. He admitted the first one because I showed him what I saw, and it wasn't going through his phone. It happened to be an old phone that the picture popped up on. But why is he not admitting, yes, I'm doing this, continuously denying?
All right.
And he's not, he still wants to be intimate and stuff like that. So it's not like at one point he was pushing me away, but not now.
Okay.
So I'm not understanding.
Well, generally
Time and
speaking,
counsel.
this is generally speaking. Generally speaking, there are three kinds of liars. Now, because what I'm hearing you say is that he's lying. And generally speaking, there's three kinds of liars. The first kind of liar is what I would call the get-out-of-trouble liar. And the get-out-of-trouble liar is, if I tell the truth about this, I'm going to have a negative consequence that I don't want to face. Now, even if they know that you know, by denying it, they still are hoping somehow that diminishes the consequence. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know you know, but if I keep denying it, I mean, look at... well, I don't mean to be political, but look at politicians who get into trouble. I mean, all of my lifetime, and I'm not talking about the current, I'm talking about all of my lifetime. Politicians get into trouble, they deny. As a matter of fact, they're taught to deny. And it's like, even when people know whatever, and again, I'm not being political about now. I'm not. But even if they know, it's like, well, but the consequence will probably be less if I keep denying. And so get out of trouble liars are people who are afraid of the negative consequence. I don't want this to happen to me. And so, therefore, they just deny. They lie. They lie. And they're trying to avoid the trouble. There's a second kind of liar, interestingly, and I don't know that this would be applicable to your husband in this situation you're describing. The second kind of liar is the protective liar. Now, the protective liar is a person that lies to you because they think by doing so they're protecting you from something that would hurt you. There's a couple that I knew back when I lived back in South Carolina, and he's a nurse. His wife had a degenerate disease. And after each phase, she would say what's going to happen next. And he knew what was going to happen next, but he would tell her something different.
That's hard.
And the reason he did was because he didn't want her to worry about what was coming.
Right.
So he just wouldn't tell her the truth. Finally, he understood that it was doing more damage because, first of all, she thought, he's got to be the worst nurse in the world. He never gets it right. But the second thing was, once he started telling her the truth, they were able to face it together. So there's the protective liar. I'm lying because I think I'm protecting you. So the first one is I'm protecting me, particularly from negative consequence, so get out of trouble. The second is I'm trying to protect you. The third, and these are generalities, okay? The third is the liar. And that's just a person who just lies. I remember a young man from a high school that, not that I was in, but I knew this young man in high school. He lied about everything. He just lied. And no matter what you were talking about, you never knew when to believe him and when not to believe him. Now, there's probably some deep-seated psychological things going under that, okay? But I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I mean, you're the psychologist, not I. And, pardon me, my earphone was choking me.
What a way to go.
And so there's the liar, and with those people, they have to have professional help.
They do.
It's just that simple. And so you say, why is he lying to you? Either he thinks he's protecting you, or he's protecting himself from something. And that's the short answer as to why. Now, the question for you is, if you know he's lying, and this is the second affair, why are you continuing to let things go on as they're going now? And I would recommend that you go find one of our podcasts. I think they can find this on Blog Talk Radio. If not, you can call our office and they'll help you find this podcast. It's called The Definitive Guide to Boundaries. Now, we stopped calling them boundaries a long time ago, but I made this one a couple of years ago, and we still call them boundaries. But I would recommend that if you have a spouse that's continuing to lie to you or things like that, that you think about where the boundaries are going to be. And rather than, and that video, or that audio, I should say, is an hour and 15 minutes long, so we're not going to replicate that here. But it's The Definitive Guide to Boundaries by Joe Beam. If you can't find it with Google, you call our office.
I think it's on our website, too.
It's on our website as well?
marriagehelp.com. If you type in boundaries.
Sharing it in the comments.
And Jesse's sharing it in the comments.
Oh, and it's being put in the comments where, Jesse?
On YouTube and Facebook.
On YouTube and Facebook. So if you're watching by YouTube or Facebook, you can see it in the contents. If you're just listening by Blog Talk, then
go to marriagehelper.com.
marriagehelper.com.
Type in the search bar, type in boundaries, and you'll be able to find it.
Excellent. Very good.